Imagine picking up your phone in the morning and realizing that, for the first time in years, it truly feels like it belongs to you. No forced sign-ins, no background services constantly reporting your behavior, no mysterious system apps you can't remove, and no feeling that the device in your hand is quietly working for someone else. This is the idea that immediately comes to mind when people hear the phrase Linux Mint Phone, a concept that represents what an open-source smartphone experience inspired by Linux Mint could look like in 2026. It's not just about another operating system, it's about a shift in how we think about mobile computing, ownership, privacy, and control. To understand why the idea of a Linux Mint phone resonates so strongly, you first have to understand why Linux Mint itself became so popular on desktops and laptops. Linux Mint earned its reputation by focusing on simplicity, stability, and respect for the user. While many Linux distributions chased bleeding-edge features or radical design changes, Mint quietly focused on making a system that just works. It avoided unnecessary complexity, shipped with sensible defaults, and never treated users as products. Translating that philosophy to a smartphone immediately sounds appealing, especially at a time when Android and iOS feel increasingly locked down and data-hungry. In 2026, the smartphone landscape looks powerful on the surface but deeply restrictive underneath. Android dominates in terms of market share, but modern Android is very different from what it was a decade ago. Deep integration with Google services, tighter bootloader restrictions, aggressive telemetry, and manufacturer-specific bloatware have turned Android into a platform where freedom often exists only in theory. Custom ROMs still exist, but they are harder to install, less stable on newer hardware, and increasingly blocked by security features designed more for corporate control than for individual empowerment. iOS, on the other hand, has always been locked down by design, offering polish and performance at the cost of user control. For people who care about transparency and open source, the choices feel limited. This is where the idea of a Linux Mint phone becomes compelling. Picture a smartphone operating system built on the same principles as Linux Mint on the desktop: long-term stability, a familiar and intuitive interface, minimal pre-installed software, and complete transparency about what the system is doing. Instead of pushing users toward a single ecosystem, it would encourage choice. Instead of tracking user behavior by default, it would prioritize privacy. Instead of hiding system internals, it would make them accessible to anyone who wants to learn. The visual experience of a Linux Mint phone would likely feel refreshingly familiar. Rather than reinventing mobile UI for the sake of novelty, it could adapt proven desktop concepts to touch screens in a thoughtful way. A clean home screen, a logical app menu, and clear system settings would replace the clutter and confusion found on many modern phones. Gestures would exist, but they would be optional and customizable, not forced. Power users could tweak almost everything, while beginners could simply use the phone without ever touching advanced options. Under the hood, a Linux Mint phone would almost certainly be built on a Linux kernel, just like Android, but without the heavy proprietary layers that Google adds. Instead of the Android framework, it might rely on a combination of Wayland for display, Pipewire for audio and video, and a mobile-optimized desktop environment derived from Cinnamon or another lightweight Linux interface. This approach would allow the phone to share much of its codebase with desktop Linux, making development more efficient and updates more transparent. One of the most exciting possibilities of a Linux Mint phone is software freedom. On Android, even though it is technically open source, most users depend heavily on proprietary app stores and closed-source apps. A Linux Mint phone could flip this model by making open-source apps the default, not the exception. The primary app repository would be similar to a Linux package manager, offering verified, reproducible builds of software that users can inspect, modify, and redistribute. Installing an app wouldn't mean agreeing to vague terms or granting excessive permissions. It would mean installing software that follows clear, open standards. App compatibility is always the biggest question when discussing alternatives to Android. And realistically, a Linux Mint phone in 2026 would need to address this head-on. One possible solution would be containerized Android app support, allowing users to run Android apps in a sandboxed environment without giving them deep access to the system. This way, users could still access essential apps while keeping the core operating system clean and private. Over time, as more native Linux mobile apps become available, reliance on Android apps could gradually decrease. Privacy would be a defining feature rather than a marketing slogan. On a Linux Mint phone, There would be no hidden analytics, no forced cloud backups, and no requirement to create an account just to use basic features. Networking tools like a built-in firewall, per-app network controls, and easy VPN integration would be standard. Users could see exactly which apps are accessing the internet, the microphone, the camera, or location data, and block access with a single tap. Instead of collecting data by default and offering opt-out options buried deep in menus, the system would start with privacy-first defaults and let users opt in only if they choose to. Security would be handled in a transparent and sensible way. Rather than relying on obscurity or proprietary security modules, the Linux Mint phone would benefit from the same open-source security practices that protect millions of Linux servers around the world. Regular updates, signed packages, and a clear update policy would ensure that users know exactly how long their device is supported. Unlike many Android phones that stop receiving updates after 2 or 3 years, a Linux Mint phone could realistically aim for 5 to 7 years of security updates, especially if it's built on stable, long-term support components. Hardware support is another crucial piece of the puzzle. For a Linux Mint phone to truly compete with Android in 2026, it would need to run on hardware designed with openness in mind. This doesn't necessarily mean cutting-edge specs. Instead, it means well-documented components, open drivers where possible, and a manufacturer willing to work with the open-source community. The phone might not chase the highest benchmark scores, but it would offer reliable performance, excellent battery life, and hardware features that actually matter, like physical privacy switches for the camera and microphone. The idea of convergence also fits perfectly with the Linux Mint philosophy. Imagine connecting your Linux Mint phone to a monitor, keyboard, and mouse, and instantly turning it into a full desktop computer. Since the underlying system is Linux, this wouldn't be a gimmick but a natural extension of the platform. You could edit documents, write code, browse the web, and even run desktop applications directly from your phone. For students, developers, and professionals, this kind of convergence could reduce the need for multiple devices and make computing more flexible and affordable. Community involvement would play a huge role in shaping the Linux Mint phone experience. Instead of decisions being made behind closed doors by corporations, development would be guided by community feedback. Bugs, feature requests, and improvements would be discussed openly. Users wouldn't just be customers. They would be contributors, testers, translators, and advocates. This sense of shared ownership is something that many people feel is missing from today's tech ecosystem. Of course, it's important to be realistic about the challenges. Replacing Android, even partially, is no small task. App ecosystems, hardware partnerships, and consumer habits are deeply entrenched. A Linux Mint phone wouldn't suddenly dominate the market overnight. Instead, its success would likely come from a dedicated niche of users who value freedom, privacy, and control over mainstream convenience. But niches can grow, especially when dissatisfaction with the status quo continues to rise. In 2026, concerns about data privacy, digital surveillance, and corporate control are more mainstream than ever. People are more aware of how their data is collected, sold, and exploited. Governments are debating digital rights, and users are actively searching for alternatives. In this environment, a Linux Mint phone wouldn't just be another gadget, it would be a statement. It would say that smartphones don't have to be opaque, restrictive, or invasive to be powerful and enjoyable. The experience of daily use would feel different in subtle but important ways. You wouldn't see constant prompts to sign into services you don't want. You wouldn't find duplicate apps you can't remove. You wouldn't worry that an update might suddenly change the interface or remove features you rely on. Instead, updates would be predictable and optional, changes would be documented, and the system would respect your choices. Developers would also benefit immensely from such a platform. Building apps for a Linux Mint phone would mean using familiar Linux tools, standard programming languages, and open frameworks. There would be no mandatory App Store fees, no arbitrary rejections, and no hidden APs reserved for privileged partners. This openness could foster innovation, especially from independent developers who are tired of navigating restrictive mobile ecosystems. Education is another area where a Linux Mint phone could shine. Because the system is open and transparent, it could be used as a learning tool for students interested in programming, cybersecurity, or system administration. Instead of treating smartphones as black boxes, users could explore how their device works, experiment safely, and develop real technical skills. This aligns perfectly with the broader mission of open-source software, empowering people through knowledge. The name Linux Mint Phone itself carries symbolic weight. Linux Mint has always represented an accessible entry point into the Linux world, especially for users coming from Windows or Mac OS. Applying that same approach to smartphones suggests an alternative that isn't intimidating or overly technical. It's not about catering only to experts. It's about offering a smooth, friendly experience that happens to be open source under the hood. As we look toward the future, the idea of a Linux Mint Phone replacing Android doesn't necessarily mean eliminating Android entirely. Instead, it could mean offering a credible, user-friendly alternative that keeps the mobile ecosystem honest. Competition drives innovation, and even the presence of a strong open-source smartphone platform could push existing players to improve privacy, transparency, and user choice. Ultimately, the Linux Mint Phone represents more than a device. It represents a philosophy that many people feel is missing in modern technology. It's the idea that powerful tools don't have to be locked down, that convenience doesn't have to come at the cost of freedom, and that users deserve respect. Whether or not a Linux Mint Phone becomes a mainstream reality in 2026, the demand for what it symbolizes is very real. And that demand is only growing. So when people talk about the Linux Mint Phone as the open-source smartphone that could replace Android, they're really talking about hope. Hope for a mobile future where transparency beats secrecy, where community beats control, and where your phone truly works for you, not the other way around.